Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive into describing categorical data in AP Statistics, focusing on the concepts you'll need and illustrating them with Python code, which is super handy for handling larger datasets you might encounter in real-world scenarios or on the AP exam if you're allowed to use a calculator with statistical functionality. We'll cover Table of Contents *. 1. What is categorical data? 2. Frequency tables and relative frequency tables. 3. Marginal distributions. 4. Conditional distributions. 5. Visualizations, bar graphs and pie charts. 6. Comparing distributions, side-by-side/segmented bar graphs. 7. Association versus independence. 8. Simpson's paradox, important for conceptual understanding. 9. Python code examples, using pandas and matplotlib. * Creating frequency and relative * tables. * Generating bar graphs and pie charts. * Calculating and displaying conditional distributions. * Investigating association/independence. * Briefly, exploring a possible scenario for Simpson's paradox. 10 AP exam strategies. 1. What is categorical data? Categorical data, also called qualitative data, represents characteristics or categories. It's data that can be grouped into distinct groups or classes. Unlike numerical data, you can't perform arithmetic operations, like averaging, on categorical data in a meaningful way. Examples. Eye color, blue, brown, green, hazel. Favorite flavor of ice cream, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Political affiliation, Democrat, Republican, Independent. Level of education, high school, bachelor's, master's, doctorate. Response to a survey question, yes, no, maybe. 2. Frequency tables and relative frequency tables. These are fundamental tools for summarizing categorical data. Frequency table shows the number of times each category appears in a dataset. Relative frequency table shows the proportion or percentage of times each category appears in the dataset. It's calculated by relative frequency equals frequency of category / total number of observations. Example *. Let's say we survey 50 students about their favorite type of pet. Pet type frequency relative frequency. Dog 22 50ths equals 0.44 or 44%. Cat 18 50ths equals 0.36 or 36%. Fish 5 50ths equals 0.10 or 10%. Other 5 50ths equals 0.10 or 10%. Total 51.00 or 100%. Interpretation * 44% of the surveyed students prefer dogs as pets. 3. Marginal distributions. Marginal distributions are used when you have a two-way table, also called a contingency table. A two-way table summarizes data for two categorical variables. The marginal distribution of one variable is the distribution of that variable alone, ignoring the other variable. You find it by looking at the margins of the table, the row and column totals. Example *. A survey asks students about their favorite subject and their gender. Math, English, Science, History total. --. Female 25 30 20 15 90. Male 35 15 25 10 85. Total 60 45 45 25 175. Asterisk marginal distribution of favorite subject asterisk. Asterisk math, 60/175 equals 0.343 or 34.3%. Asterisk English, 45/175 equals 0.257 or 25.7%. Asterisk Science, 45/175 equals 0.257 or 25.7%. Asterisk History, 25/175 equals 0.143 or 14.3%. Asterisk marginal distribution of gender asterisk. Asterisk female, 90/175 equals 0.514 or 51.4%. Asterisk male, 85/175 equals 0.486 or 48.6%. 4. Conditional distributions. A conditional distribution describes the distribution of one variable given a specific value of another variable. In other words, it looks at a subset of the data. Example, using the table above. What is the distribution of favorite subject among female students? To calculate this, we only consider the female row. We divide each subject count for females by the total number of females, 90. Asterisk math, given female 25/90 equals 0.278 or 27.8%. Asterisk English, given female 30/90 equals 0.333 or 33.3%. Asterisk Science, given female 20/90 equals 0.222 or 22.2%. Asterisk History, given female 15/90 equals 0.167 or 16.7%. Similarly, you could find the distribution of gender given a favorite subject. Example, what proportion of students who like math are female? 5. Visualizations, bar graphs and pie charts. These help to visually represent categorical data. Asterisk bar graph asterisk uses bars of different heights to represent the frequency or relative frequency of each category. Bars should not touch in a standard bar graph for categorical data, that's a histogram, which is for numerical data. The x-axis represents the categories, and the y-axis represents the frequency or relative frequency. Asterisk pie chart asterisk a circle divided into sectors, where each sector represents a category. The size of the sector is proportional to the frequency or relative frequency of that category. Pie charts are best used when you want to show parts of a whole. They can be difficult to read if there are many categories with similar frequencies. 6. Comparing distributions, side-by-side/segmented bar graphs. When you want to compare the distributions of a categorical variable across different groups, example comparing favorite subject for males versus females, use these. Asterisk side-by-side bar graph asterisk displays bars for each category, grouped by the other variable. In our example, you'd have bars for math, English, science, and history, with each group having 2 bars side by side, one for males, one for females. This makes it easy to visually compare the frequencies within each category. Asterisk segmented bar graph asterisk a single bar is divided into segments, where each segment represents a category within the other variable. The entire bar represents 100% of the group, and the size of each segment corresponds to the relative frequency of that category. This is good for comparing the proportion of each category across groups. 7. Association versus independence. This is a key concept. Asterisk association asterisk 2 categorical variables are associated, or dependent, if the distribution of one variable differs depending on the value of the other variable. In other words, knowing the value of one variable gives you information about the likely value of the other. This does not imply causation. Asterisk independence. Asterisk 2 categorical variables are independent if the distribution of one variable is the same for all values of the other variable. Knowing the value of one variable gives you no information about the likely value of the other. How to check for association/independence. Asterisk 1. Calculate conditional distributions. If the conditional distributions are very similar, or identical, the variables are likely independent. If they are noticeably different, the variables are likely associated. 2. Use the chi-square test for independence, covered in later units. This is a formal hypothesis test to determine if there's statistically significant evidence of an association. Example, using the favorite subject/gender table. We already calculated the conditional distribution of favorite subject given female. Let's calculate it given male. Asterisk math, given male 35/85 equals 0.412 or 41.2%. Asterisk English, given male 15/85 equals 0.176 or 17.6%. Asterisk science, given male 25/85 equals 0.294 or 29.4%. Asterisk history, given male 10/85 equals 0.118 or 11.8%. Comparing the conditional distributions. Subject female, percent, male, percent. Dash 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 dash. Math 27.8 41.2. English 33.3 17.6. Science 22.2 29.4. History 16.7 11.8. The distributions are different. For example, a much larger percentage of males like math compared to females. This suggests there is an association between gender and favorite subject. It does not prove that gender causes a preference for a particular subject. 8. Simpson's paradox. Simpson's paradox is a phenomenon where a trend appears in different groups of data, but disappears or reverses when these groups are combined. It's a warning that you need to be careful about drawing conclusions from aggregated data without considering potential confounding variables. Example, simplified. Imagine two hospitals, A and B. We want to compare their success rates for a particular surgery. Hospital success failure total patient's success rate. Dash 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 dash. A 80-20 180%. B 90-10 190%. At first glance, Hospital B seems better. But let's break it down by patient condition, mild versus severe. Hospital A asterisk. Condition success failure total patient's success rate. Dash 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 dash. Mild 75 93.3%. Severe 10 15 25 40%. Hospital B asterisk. Condition success failure total patient's success rate. Dash 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 dash. Mild 60 10 70 85.7%. Severe 30 0 30 100%. Notice. Asterisk Hospital A has a higher success rate for mild cases, 93.3% versus 85.7%. Asterisk Hospital A has a higher success rate for severe cases, 40% versus 100%. Why the paradox? Hospital B treats a higher proportion of severe cases, which have a lower overall success rate. When you aggregate the data, this skews the overall success rate, making Hospital B appear better, even though it performs worse for both types of patients. Key takeaway * always consider lurking variables when analyzing data, especially when you see surprising or contradictory results. 9. Python code examples. using pandas and matplotlib. These examples require you to have pandas and matplotlib installed. If not, install them using pip install pandas matplotlib in your terminal or command prompt. Explanation of the Python code asterisk. Asterisk pandas asterisk a powerful library for data manipulation and analysis. We use it to create data frames, tables of data, and to perform calculations like calculating relative frequencies and creating two-way tables. Asterisk matplotlib asterisk a library for creating visualizations like bar graphs and pie charts. Asterisk data frames asterisk pandas data frames are like spreadsheets in Python. You can create them from dictionaries or CSV files. Asterisk plt.bar, asterisk creates a bar graph. Asterisk plt.pie, asterisk creates a pie chart. Asterisk pd pivot underscore table, asterisk a very useful function for creating two-way tables, contingency tables, from your data. It takes the data, specifies which columns to use for rows and columns, and tells it which values to aggregate, in our case, the counts. Asterisk dot sum, axis equals, asterisk calculates sums across rows, axis equals 1, or down columns, axis equals 0. Asterisk dot div, asterisk divides each element in the data frame by a value, or another series, used here to calculate relative frequencies. Asterisk dot plot, kind equals bar, asterisk a convenient way to create a bar graph directly from a data frame. 10. AP exam strategies. Asterisk context is key asterisk always interpret your findings in the context of the problem. Don't just say there is an association. Explain what the association means in the real-world scenario. Asterisk communication asterisk clearly communicate your reasoning and calculations. Show your work. Use proper statistical vocabulary. Asterisk avoid causation claims asterisk unless the data comes from a well-designed experiment, never claim that an association implies causation. Use wording like suggests an association or there is evidence of a relationship. Asterisk comparing distributions asterisk when comparing distributions, be specific about what you're comparing. For example, the percentage of students who prefer math is higher for males, 41.2%, than for females, 27.8%. Asterisk calculator skills, if allowed practice using your calculator, or statistical software if permitted, to create tables and graphs efficiently. Know how to perform calculations like finding conditional probabilities. Be aware of the limitations of your tools and when to rely on manual calculations. Asterisk Simpson's paradox asterisk understand the concept. Be able to recognize a situation where Simpson's paradox might be occurring. Asterisk practice asterisk work through plenty of AP statistics practice problems that involve categorical data. Focus on interpreting the results and communicating your understanding clearly. Review past AP exam questions. Let me know if you'd like more examples, clarification on any of these concepts, or help with specific AP practice problems. Good luck.